I'm sitting here at the house and I was going to show you what I have in my pack. Whenever you go geocaching, you can pretty much put whatever you want. You can go lightweight, heavyweight. What I do is I have this pack pretty much as heavyweight. It's set up for basically a 2-mile hike or greater. If I'm just going a mile and a half, sometimes 2 miles, I'll just do the I just grab a water bottle, stick it in my pocket, and GPS and head out. But if I know it's a little longer than that, I'll go ahead and just throw my pack on. Like I say, I've got this loaded down, and I actually have it in a contingency plan for, I don't think it ever happened, but if I ever got stuck out in the woods overnight, then I can literally have enough stuff here to get by, sort of. So anyway, just looking at the outside here, I've got one feature here. Some people don't know they have this feature. It's called a Tempe. This is actually a little temperature probe that you can affix to your backpack, so it doesn't pull the temperature off of you. It actually sends a signal to your Garmin GPS and tells you what temperature it is. So that's the little feature I picked up. I kind of like that. And if you're in hard parts, Ground Fox always puts these nice things into their caches, and I always like to have the hand sanitizer. Not only just for keeping your hands clean, but it's really nice to have this. I use it to, whenever you're in an area where you think you might get chiggers, I've rubbed this on my legs, and I think I've prevented a lot of bad chigger problems. I've got a lot of garbage out here. It's not that useful. I don't know if I ever would need the string in this, but I just throw it on there. I've got a couple knickknacks here and there. This is a feature here. It's got a whistle, which I've heard is important in the woods, but I've never had to use one. It's got a compass on it, which probably is not very good. I think it's got a few other odd and end things in there, but we'll get into that. Anyway, on the inside, you basically have this front pocket. In this pocket here, not only holds my GPS, which I don't normally have it in here, other than when I'm storing it. This goes on my belt loop. And I have my camera case, which I'm filming this with a camera, so it sits in here too. But I also attach this to my belt loop. So a lot of times when I go caching, this front pocket will be relatively empty, so this will become wherever I throw a sandwich in or some goodies, any kind of snack I might have for the trail. Currently have the Kentucky State Park Geo Tour in there, just in case I don't forget that. And then this is my flashlight compartment. I basically have one heavy duty flashlight, LED. That's probably a lot heavier than it needs to be. Then I've got a headlamp here. What I try to do with these batteries, I try to keep everything AA. So this is hard to find these in a AA, but I did manage to find one. Now, a lot of times I've been without flashlights, and it seems like every time I need one, I don't have one. So I've tried to keep these in here, even though I don't always need them. I do have a few odd and end things in here. I've got a thing here that I thought I'd use but never do. I hang it around your neck, and you just got basically a pin. And I've got another pin marker here. It's just some extra stuff, because sometimes you have the plastic log books you have to log in. I've got some other markers too, but that's just for that. So that pretty much takes care of that compartment there. Okay, the next compartment is just kind of, on mine is just kind of an open side here. And what I do is I try to fix everything I can on here. I've got the necessities like toilet paper. You need to have that around. And on that same side, I got a little thing of 100% DEET bug spray, kept from this, because if you don't put it in a bag and it leaks, you'll end up taking, it's almost like acid. It eats through almost everything. So that's there. Then I have a pair of gloves. And I don't hardly ever wear gloves. If you see me wearing gloves, it's because it's doggone cold. I will wear them because of blisters occasionally. I have these affixed to here, that way if they come loose, they'll still be hanging on. So those are my gloves. I also carry this, which if I was driving, I might leave it in my car if I trusted the area, but I have my Nuvi in here. But if I know I'm hiking somewhere and I don't want to leave it in the car, I'll slide it in here. I know it's weight, but I'd rather have it than stolen, so that's the Nuvi right there. Okay, it pretty much does that compartment. Next up is this compartment right here, and this is where easy to get to, mainly my batteries. And I use rechargeable batteries. A lot of people say they don't want to use rechargeables, they don't hold as long as a regular, but I think the price is well worth it. You pay for these $10 for two, and you basically I get probably 2 years, 3 years, almost 3 years out of them. And I have a quick charger that charges in about 15 minutes. If it has a red light on it and it says the battery's not charging right, then I just toss the battery and buy another set. And I buy different brands, that way I can kind of keep them rotated. As I use these up, I'll put the used ones on this side and charge them when I get home. But I've got enough, that way all the other AA stuff I got in here I can use up those other batteries. Also inside of here, I usually just keep a couple of just odd and end things. I've got some pad tags in here because that's easy to get to. I can drop them in caches. And that's pretty much it on that. Now the big compartment, which is the back part of this, is where I put stuff I use less often. This is also where I will put my water. If I got 2 or 3 water bottles, I'll put that in here. I'm trying to get down to where I only carry 1 or 2 water bottles. I just got this new setup here, which is my new water system. This here is a Sawyer Mini. Basically take this bottle, you fill it up with water out of the stream, put this up here, you put this into your water bottle and you force it through until you fill up your water bottle, and you should have pure water. You can also use this straw attachment and drink right out of a stream or something, but I think this is the way to go. And this is the reason why I did this, is there's been so many times I've been out hiking and I underestimate how much water I need. I've done that more times. So as long as I've got a stream close by in the eastern United States, that's not too big of a problem. I can replenish my water. So then, inside, I've got a lot of stuff that probably got to trim down a little bit. I do have my extendable X-Shot that I use for my taking pictures. This is, if I ever get something like this, if you ever get anything, this is really, I highly recommend this particular brand. I got this and I haven't been a bit disappointed. I got this, and I don't know, I don't like snakes, I don't, bite, it's a bite and sting kit. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but Sue wants me to try to use this if it ever came to this. I hope it never comes to this. It has all kinds of crazy suction things to gotta clean off the area and suction your wound. I don't know how well that really works, and I don't even know if it's worth carrying all that bulk for something like that. But there it is. Okay, deep inside we go. I have this huge pack right here. This is more or less, this is first aid stuff. I got a first aid kit, I got some bandage, I got a striker, I've got some more waterproof matches. This is kind of for if you get out there and you get stuck and say you break a leg, you break something where you can't get back to the car, you're gonna spend a night out there. Well, this is kind of where this calls in. It just hardly ever gets used. Hopefully it never gets used, but if I need it, there it is. I do have Benadryl and aspirin. Aspirin is a good thing to have with you. I also have Benadryl. I've actually been stung by a hornet's nest one time down at Buffalo Lake, and my ankle started swelling up really bad. And immediately took some Benadryl, and that really helped things out. Also have a striker in there. I mentioned that earlier. Okay, going back deep inside here, let's see what we have. This is very important. This is a emergency poncho. You may think, most of the time when I know I'm going to go into rain, I'm going to take a raincoat. But there's been times I've been out and not expecting rain, and rain's coming. And this thing will get you. You can use this thing at least once. I've used it 2 or 3 times, and maybe they'll start getting tore up briars, but it will get you out of a hurting. It's not much to carry. I mean, not to carry this is kind of ridiculous. And then I just got this recently. I don't know. It's just a neat little container that has a striker and has some dry rainproof matches, and I just thought it was cool and got it. So it's probably more than I really need, but there it is. Well, that's pretty much it. Now you may notice that the pack I got, you can get all kinds of packs. I'll tell you what, let me zip that up. What I also do here on this is I put water bottles in here, and this thing will come open, so I've got these carabiners and I can clip them together to keep this from unzipping. Back to the pack. Camel backpack is a good pack. It's an expensive pack. I've had cheap packs. You can get a pack similar to this for probably half as much, maybe $39. Maybe this is good. This one did come with a water bladder, which I don't like. I took it out immediately. Come in the back here, a little water bladder that went in here, and every time I've had a water bladder, they leak. And I don't like the way you have to worry about cleaning them, and I just don't like water bladders. And I actually went out to Texas, thought, oh heck, I'll put my water bladder and give it a try. Since it's a good name brand, maybe it'll be fine. I wasn't even at the trailhead, and it already started leaking. And I said, the heck with it, I ain't never gonna do that again. So water bladders aren't my thing. So just the way I am. So back to the pack again. I've had the big wide packs. What I've come to the conclusion is you want to keep it narrow, because all this surface area on your back will cause you to, you'll end up sweating, and the narrower this is, the better it is on your back. And that you'll find, I mean, I've had the cheap big wide packs and everything else, but I've come to the conclusion with just day hiking, you want to stay with something narrow like this. I think Camelback makes a good pack. I'd say that it is pretty expensive, but at least this one, I've had it for quite a few years, and it's taken a beating, and it's still holding up. I carry it to work every day with me just to have my geocaching stuff with me. And some people get crazy about, they say I got too much junk on me, because I've got this little ring here that's got, you got your 2 different size markers. I've got a little pocket knife that's got a toothpick and a tweezers on it. I also have a little ring here that I used to use but don't use as much anymore. You can put this around a bottle top, and you can have your bottle on the front of you where you can get to it. And you can tuck it in, you can strap this together across your chest. You got that water bottle, and it bounces around, so you can tuck it in here like this, and it does pretty good on a long hike. Like I say, I may use that again, I'm not really sure. I haven't used it recently. I just recently got kind of fed up with needing a flashlight, and I had to pull the pack off, so I just got this little cheap flashlight. I got this on Amazon for like I think $3 or something, and it's just a 1 battery operated LED. And wow, I think it's actually not working right anymore. I'll have to work on that a little bit, but anyway. Just got that to get into things and see caches a little easier. This here is my old defense thing here. I'm not sure if it even works. Probably I should toss it. It is like a pepper spray. I was worried about dogs at one time, and I've got this. I just don't know if it would work if I needed it or not, but it's there. So that's about it for the outside, and that's about all I got.